Welcome to Uncle Sam's Student Interviews. Listen to real stories from real people. These interviews are brought to you directly from our English students enrolled at Uncle Sam's International. Hear about their biggest struggles, greatest successes, and career advancements through studying American English. Have you ever felt embarrassed at work because you couldn't remember the right English word or phrase? You may be an expert at your job, but if you don't know the correct English phrase, you might hesitate or say the wrong thing. Uncle Sam's American English has everything you need to succeed in English and to make a great impression in every professional situation. It's for anyone who desires to travel abroad, works in an English-speaking office, or deals with English-speaking colleagues anywhere in the world. Ready to jumpstart your career? Get started with Uncle Sam's American English today. Welcome back to another episode of Uncle Sam's Student Interviews, where we talk to real people and hear real stories of studying English. And so today we have another amazing guest, Alexandre. How are you today? It's such a pleasure to have you join us.
Okay, morning. I'm good today.
We're going to talk a little bit about English in your life, your career, and everything. But first, I just want to get to know you a little bit more. Tell our audience some more information about you.
My profession, I am engineer, and today I'm working in aviation, more specifically in airline as a quality auditor. In this case, it's very important to have knowledge about English to do my jobs around the world.
And when you say around the world, you mean around the world, because you've had classes in different countries with me online. You've been traveling with you and your wife, and it's an amazing job. And so tell us where are some of the places that your job has taken you in the last couple of years?
If I remember,
so many, right? So many.
Yes. But in December, I was in Lisbon and Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and yes, I think if I remember, three locations, and Belgium,
Brussels, yeah.
I was in Brussels as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I remember you were in Brussels a couple months ago, right?
Yes.
You were there a couple months ago. Okay. And how long have you been studying English in your life?
I have been trying to learn English since 2007.
2007.
I'm trying to learn English, but because I have a hard difficult to learn English in my life, but I'm trying. Today.
Yeah, you're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. And let's talk a little bit more about your career. So you're in aviation, an auditor, right? You're an auditor.
Quality auditor.
When did you find that this was the career that you wanted to pursue?
My career was built in maintenance aircraft. And then 5 years ago, I started to quality auditor in maintenance aircraft. Today, I'm responsible to verify the quality maintenance around the world.
Wow!
So it was new for me.
When you're talking about this, it makes me think of all the children who are like, one day I want to be in aviation. I want to be close to the airplane. I want to travel. Like, this is like every kid's dream. And you're involved with this for 20 years.
Yes. In my neighbor here, I was the first.
The first person.
Then nobody here knows one person that worked with aviation. Only me, just me.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my dreams since I was young.
How many flights have you been on in your life?
How many flights? Average. I don't know the specific number, but always I am flying.
Always you're flying.
Yeah.
That's an amazing.
Every week I am flying.
For many people, you have a dream job. You are living the dream. You get to see amazing places, travel all the time with your company. Do you like to travel? I mean, is that just something that you like to do? Or it's like, oh, it's a job. I don't like to travel.
Even to have work, to have a job. But I like, every week I am in a different place, different people. I know different people every week. Yeah. So I like so much.
What would you say is the most challenging thing of traveling so much?
Okay. Routine.
Mm.
Sometimes it's good to have a travel, okay, but always it becomes a routine, and
Mhm.
routine is not good. Even being a good thing, but when you have a routine, when you must to do a thing, or have a obligation, is not good.
Mhm.
Okay, always I must to do my baggage, my luggage. Okay, tomorrow I go to another place. I think it's my challenge.
Mhm. Yeah, and you're married, so sometimes are you away from your wife as well?
Yes,
Yeah, that is difficult.
yeah,
That is difficult.
because she was alone.
Mhm.
Always, she is alone.
What would be your advice for people who are traveling? Because you're an expert, you travel a lot, you fly a lot. So, what would be like a couple tips for us travelers to know when we're getting on a flight and going somewhere?
Okay, my first advice is, if you decide to do a trip, or to have a trip, you must to buy your tickets before, always, because in this case you will pay more cheaper
Mhm.
than another times. Is the first advice. Second advice is, it's also, I think it's normal advice to get in airport 3 or 2 hours before,
Mhm.
to avoid some inconvenience, some disrupt. I think it's the first
The
advices.
main principles
Yeah.
of flying, of traveling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What about to make our flight more comfortable? What can we do to make our flight more comfortable
Oh, inside the craft.
inside the aircraft?
Yeah. Okay. I prefer the a seat on the wings, because we have more space
Mm.
between your legs. We have more space. But if you prefer one place that you have more shaking inside the craft, you
Like who wants more shaking in a flight, right?
yeah.
Sign me up.
You go to the last seat,
To
and
the
the,
back.
the the
Okay.
craft in the back is the place that you have more shake.
And so if you want less shake, go to the front, right?
Yeah,
Sit with the
yes.
pilot in the front.
Yeah, on the front you have less shake.
Mhm.
This is my my concept about this.
I like it. That's good advice. What about a fact, a fun fact that normal people don't know about aviation or about airplanes, things like this?
Okay. When our plane got to airport, and you have the arrival, you have onboard the aircraft. After the 20 minutes, the same aircraft back to fly.
The same aircraft.
The
So
same
someone
aircraft.
comes on, vacuums
Yes.
the flight,
Yes.
vacuums the airplane.
Is and the aircraft is not a clean place.
Mm-hmm.
Is not true.
Mm.
Be
Mm.
careful. Some people don't use the tools to walk inside their craft. My advice is, always use your shoes to walk inside their craft.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's good advice too.
Because
I'm
it's
guilty of this. I have not. I have had a time where I was traveling for a long time, didn't use shoes.
Yeah,
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 that's.
because 20 minutes 20 minutes after, the same aircraft is fly
Mhm.
again.
Yeah.
Okay, don't stop. Never, don't stop.
And
24
is
hours.
it usually the same pilots or is it different pilots, do you
No,
think?
change.
They change the
Yeah.
pilots. Okay.
One trip pilots can do 5 or 6 flight per day, but
Mm,
limited between 11 hours.
11 hours.
Yeah.
That's a long day of flying.
Yes.
Hmm. We've talked many times about the technology in airplanes, and you say it's kind of like a big computer. And so tell me a little bit more about that.
Yes. Day to day, we have more implementation about new technology inside our craft. And always, my expression is, the aircraft today is a laptop that use the wing.
A
Laptop
laptop
with
with
wing.
wings.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a, like a robot. It's possible to take off and landing
Mhm.
alone without action from pilot.
Mm.
So it's incredible because you can see that it's really safe. Yeah, because the computer can fly and adjust always during a flight. Adjustment to pass a comfortable ambient or the comfortable weather
Mhm.
for you as a passenger.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's the goal, right? You got your company wants to make us feel as comfortable as possible, so we fly with you again. And so I think
Yes,
that
yes.
makes sense. That's good. That's good. Thank you for teaching me about airplanes and
No,
aviation because I think
it's
this is
my
something
job.
that's really interesting for people. And whenever you're traveling to a different place to do an audit, what are you looking for?
I like to do. I during this travel, I am work
Mhm.
because it is my job. But always, I like to know the foods, different foods in this
Mhm.
different place. Yeah, but in my work, I verify some processes about the maintenance aircraft around the
Mhm.
world, and I enjoy this travel to know this new place. Yeah, for instance, in Brussels, is an amazing place. It's possible to enjoy even working.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think this is a
try.
good thing to try to apply in every
Yes,
career, right?
yes, yes,
Enjoy what you do. Enjoy what you do. Let's talk a little bit more about English in your life. So you've been studying English for several years now. And
yes.
how has English helped you in your career, maybe
Oh,
in aviation?
a lot. A lot. Since I started my career in in English, trying to learn English, my career is up, is
Has
increasing.
increased, has
Yes,
increased. Yeah,
has
yeah.
increased. I don't have a good skill like some people learn very fast, but since 2007 and today, I my feeling is my feeling is I can learn more day to day
Hmm. Hmm.
because I have a compromise with this idiom
Hmm.
because if I learn, my career will be good. It's true. It is true
Hmm. Hmm.
today. It's possible to see the evolution.
Have you ever been in a situation traveling in a different country, for example, where you couldn't have gotten through the situation unless you spoke English? Do you have a
Yeah,
situation like this?
yeah. In 2007, my first place outside Brazil was Paris. In Paris, the people don't like speak English.
Mm.
But okay, I got to Paris, and I will try to get information about the next flight,
Mhm.
and because I will in this uh, I have 2 days. I
Mhm.
had 2 days to stay in French. So I needed, in this case, some information. So I try to speak in English, but my English is bad. The English bad because I was beginning. People in Paris, speaking in French. Okay, I speak in Portuguese. I am trying to speak in English with you because I don't speak French.
Mhm.
Okay, what you need? Okay, I try to speak in English together with a
Mhm.
pocketbook
Mhm.
inside together me, looking for some
Some
specific words
phrases,
to
yeah.
to phrases to to speak. I remember this. It's a bad experience.
Mhm. And now, when you travel, you speak great English. And so, when you're
Yeah,
traveling now, for example, you recently went to Orlando, to Fort Lauderdale. Tell us a little bit about that travel speak English and how it's
yes,
changed since 2007.
yeah. Today I don't need more pocketbook.
Hmm.
to help me to speak in English. Today is possible to speak, even speak it wrong,
Hmm.
but I speak English today. I think if you can understand me, it's more important to me. Yeah.
Hmm.
And day to day, I will be improving my thickness because today I can speak even
Hmm.
wrong.
Yeah, I think that's good advice for our people listening today, that they want to speak English, but they're scared, they're nervous, they're shameful. And you're just saying, just speak English. And
Yes.
maybe you're gonna make some mistakes, but you're still speaking. And
It,
what's
it's
it
a
like when you travel to a place, you speak English and people understand you? What is that feeling like?
oh,
Can you
it's
describe
amazing.
that?
It's amazing feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's incredible. I go, oh, I am speaking with him, and these people is understanding me.
Hmm.
It's amazing. Yeah, I don't know how to describe my feeling about this because there is no limited, there is
Hmm.
no limit to reach your target. So when I compare me in the past in 2007 and today, or compared me to with me,
Hmm.
I'm advanced. I am fluent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even wrong, speaking wrong.
Very cool. It's
Yeah.
amazing whenever you can have that feeling. I don't have that yet in Portuguese. There are some times where people understand what I'm saying, but it's not the right way at all. I'm learning too. I'm learning too, but you
Uh,
guys speak a lot more English than I speak Portuguese. And so I'm very
yes.
grateful for the progress that you have made, my students have made, and
Hmm.
this podcast. We're here to encourage other people who want to study.
Yes.
You can do it. Even if you started, like you said, in 2007 and you're still continuing to build, to build, to build, don't give up. Don't
Yes.
stop. And so, what would be some other pieces of advice you would give to people who want to study English?
Yeah, it's very important to emphasize that here in Brazil there is no input for government to or another groups to
Mhm.
you for you learning English. Here in Brazil, there is no incentive
Mhm. Mhm.
to learn another language, only Portuguese. If you want to learn another language, you you should work and pay a
Mhm.
training to learn a new language.
Mhm.
So normally here in Brazil, people don't speak English. It's very important to 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 pass for you about you are American. You can see this here in
Mhm.
Brazil. I think it's 3%
Mhm.
Brazilians speak English.
Yeah,
Only
that's
just in
that's
three.
I've heard the percentage like 10%, but yeah, three
Yes.
might be more
Yeah.
accurate.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's very important to show this information for the another people. And
Mhm.
so me as 3%, the
Yeah,
Brazilians that
you're
speak in
part of the
English,
3%.
yeah, yeah, it's not normal.
Mhm.
So I speak is English. I try speaking English today because I want. I want to speak English. I want to do. I want to learn more
Mhm.
day to day because it's very important for your career. It's very important if you decide to know another place. It's
Mhm.
very important. So
Would your advice be for people who want to study English to work in an American company first or to study and then work in an American company?
my advice is learn English before.
Learn English before you
Yeah,
start.
because if you decide, depends of your targets, your
Mhm.
objectives. I don't know, but my advice is learn English before because you becomes more friendly
Mhm.
to know people to have a interview. Yeah,
Mhm. That is
if
true. An interview in English, practicing this helps so much. But I do note that there are some rare situations where a company will help you pay for the classes. And so that was kind of why I was asking that, because maybe if you work for an American company in Brazil, maybe they can help pay for the classes to continue studying.
Yeah, sometimes I could to work to Canadian company here in Brazil. It's not true. Even Canadian company here in Brazil, Canadian Canadian company that don't pay for you learn English, for instance.
Do you think that companies should try to use this as an incentive, or do you think that it's falls on the responsibility of the employee?
Yes, it's
You
the
think
honor. Yeah,
it's the employee?
yeah. The only if you want, you must to pay by yourself
Mm-hmm.
research.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
good
don't know
advice
why.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had students who have asked to change the price or to lower the price because their company only pays for this much. But I also see it as a personal investment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe your company does help with 50%, and then you can pay the other 50%. And then that puts some investment in yourself. Because let's be honest, if you're not investing in something, you're not going to, you
Yes.
spend your parents' money different than you spend your own money, you know, because it's
Mm-hmm.
yours, it's your investment. And so I think
Yes.
it's valuable to invest in something like this for yourself than to just, you
Yes.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think that makes sense.
Like my company, I my job description have you should to speak in fluent English.
Mm-hmm.
Even working in Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
you should. But to, to to speak fluent English, you must to pay by yourself to
Mm-hmm.
learn English and then to work in this company.
Yeah.
Don't
And
make
I
a
see
sense.
both sides. I see both sides
Yeah.
that they want people who already are trained in the language who can, if you need to be sent to Brussels or be sent to Orlando, you can. And they feel comfortable sending you as a representation of their company, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I understand that too.
But I don't have incentive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good that you are your own motivator. You're
Yeah.
self motivated to study, and
Yes.
that's
Yes.
great. Tell me about your experience with movies, TV shows, things like this in English, and what's the difference between the doblado version, subtitles, and then watching things in English?
Okay. In particular, move and series in TV in English. I can't see because it don't work for me to watch TV in English.
Mm-hmm.
I since I started to learn English in 2007 and today I can't the feeling about this working properly, how
Mm-hmm.
to learn English watching TV for me is not true.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
So,
work.
what is a better strategy for you? What have you found out that
For
works
me,
better for you?
podcast.
Podcasting.
Podcast is the first and the unique way
Mm-hmm.
to learn English for me.
That's good. That's good. And
Yeah.
you're on a podcast today. So
Yes.
congratulations. You are now a part of podcasting. So
Yes,
you
it's
made
a
it.
best way to learn English for me
Yeah.
is podcast.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming here, spending your time with us today. I want to end our time together with something fun. And so in our chat, I'm going to send you two words, and I would like you to try to pronounce the word because the reason why I have been in Brazil and I've tried to speak Portuguese and I speak Portuguese incorrectly, but I've learned to laugh at myself. I've learned to have fun, and learning English can be fun. And so I'm going to give you two words. Do your best to pronounce them. These are some most commonly mispronounced words in English. Okay.
Hmm.
And then we're gonna flip it, and you're gonna give me a Portuguese word, and I'm gonna try to say it the
Okay.
best that I can. So let me give you a word here in our chat. Because we're in aviation, I'm going to send you this word. Okay, so we have two words here. They are rhyming words. They rhyme. What is the first word?
Cloud.
Cloud. Perfect. Perfect. What is the second word?
Crowd.
Crowd. Perfect. Crowd and cloud.
Yeah.
Crowd. Cloud and crowd. Cloud and
It's
crowd.
it's
They
it's
rhyme.
it's similar, yeah. The
Very similar.
pronunciation.
Very similar words.
Its meaning cloud is in the sky
Yeah.
and crowd or crowd. I will try to understand it. Crowd.
Hmm.
Uh, it's an animal.
No, a
No.
crowd is a group of people.
Oh yeah.
A group of
Yes.
people
You can fly in above of a cloud,
above the
but inside
clouds.
the craft is a crowd.
It's a crowd of
Crowd with
people. That's it. Very
yes.
good. Very good. One more, just like this. So we have two words, very, very similar, but they're different. What is the first word?
Okay. Dessert. Uh, dessert. Yes, it's the
Hmm.
same.
It's very similar.
Yeah. Let's go. The first is like in Africa, dessert,
Mhm. A desert. Yep. A desert.
desert. And the second word, dessert, it's after we have a lunch. Uh,
Dessert. Yep. Yep.
yeah.
That's right. That's good. And now try to use these in a sentence. Put them together like the last one. You did good at that.
Yes. It's not possible to have a dessert and while we hiking in desert.
In the desert. It's not possible to
Yeah.
have a dessert when hiking in the desert. Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Now, please send me a word in Portuguese and I'm going to do my best to pronounce it.
Can you see my
Okay. Manga,
and
manga,
manga?
manga, and manga. Explain the difference between these
Okay.
two words that look the
w-
same and are
the
spelled the
first
same.
yes. Okay. First is a fruit here.
Mhm.
Mango. It's the same mango.
Mango, mango,
Yes.
manga.
You like mango fruit?
Sometimes,
Yes.
sometimes.
In the second, it's possible to your t-shirt. We have a manga.
Like a
My t-shirt.
sleeve,
Yes. Yes. This is
a
a manga.
sleeve.
Here in my t-shirt, there is no manga. Your t-shirt.
How do I put these two in a sentence together?
Okay.
The manga doesn't have a manga. I don't know.
It's possible to eat a manga, but I am using a t-shirt without manga.
Wow. And in English, we could translate this to it's possible to eat a mango while wearing a shirt with no sleeves or a
Yes.
sleeveless shirt.
Yeah.
Very
The
good. Very
the
good.
yeah, it's I think it's a big problem when you try to learn a new language
Mm-hmm.
because we have the same word but the meaning is different meanings.
Yep.
In Portuguese, I think it's the worst because we have the same pronunciation and the same
Mm-hmm.
writing.
We have some words like this, but not as many, I think, that Portuguese has.
Yes, yes.
Like Maya, 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 Maya,
Meia.
Maya, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
many different words of Maya. I know this one.
You can use the meia and meia. Yeah, elf.
Pasar roupas,
Yes,
pasar. That's another one that
yeah.
I'm aware of. But
Iron in English is
yep,
iron.
iron the clothes. Perfect.
Yeah,
That's another word on our commonly mispronounced words is
yes.
iron. Iron. Good. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today. It's my absolute pleasure to share you with our audience and explain what you're doing in your business and your career, why it's important to study English, and a little bit more about you. So I hope to have you on another episode soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure to talk to you and explain about my career and how to learn English, helping me to read my career up and I think. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
You just listened to another episode of Uncle Sam's Student Interviews. Uncle Sam's student interviews are recorded live in the studio with final editing before uploading. Subscribe today to the Uncle Sam's Student Interviews podcast, or visit Uncle Sam's International on Facebook to schedule a trial class with one of our professors. Find our book audios by searching Uncle Sam's American English on your favorite podcast app. See you on the next episode.